Mate, I'd get absolutely battered. Why don't y'all want no smoke with Charlo? Ooh, how scary. Is the AJ fight still going to happen? Yes. Right now, June 20 is on. But again, this is a week by week case that we're looking at on all these shows right now. Hi, Diane. Hi, Shannon. I don't play all that. People asking me to play Warzone and Fight Night, not Fight Night, Fortnite. I don't play all that stuff. I think I just missed the boat. I know you probably think I'm in my early 20s, but I'm quite a bit older than that. A lot of Jake Paul KSI. We'll see. We have to get these normal fights back up and running first. A lot of EUBANK impressions. What you must understand is that Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of this country, has just announced he has corona. This is not a good situation, but we are fighters. We are all warriors. We all have the warrior encompassed within us. And although we have not all stepped through the ropes, I have stepped through the ropes, and I am a warrior. But we must rise as a country to show that we have the inner warrior spirit. Eddie, this coronavirus is gonna shock the game. We gotta get back. We gotta make the biggest fights. We gotta make Fury Joshua super quick, because you don't know shit about promoting fights in America. I think Sonny Edwards is a good fighter. How much has COVID-19 affected business for you? Yeah, a lot. I mean, look, we had obviously March 28th at the O2 has been cancelled. April 4th in Newcastle has now moved to June 27. And we'll make an announcement on Monday about Dillian White, the Cardiff show in May, and Chisora, Usyk, May 23. We don't know how long this is going to last. We know that, listen, the earliest boxing is going to start again is June. The earliest, in my opinion. So that's why the shows in May we have to look at and come up with alternative dates. Just got to keep being creative. Got a couple of esports ideas in the pipeline. Like I said, just filmed this Fight and Fit series for Sky Sports. That will launch soon. But really, I think over the next couple of weeks, it's total lockdown, isn't it? No one's going to be doing anything. Tam Louise, thank you. I don't really do a Don King or a Mike Tyson impersonation. What have I been doing in isolation? Really, homeschooling with my daughters, which has been fucking brutal. Walking the dogs. I've actually just popped into the office. The office is shut, but I've popped in to pick something up, and I thought I'd do a quick live. Cheers, Hudders, mate. Means a lot. Joe Markowski from the Zone impression. I have to work on that. Do you remember Francis Ampofo? Of course. Francis Ampofo was like my hero growing up. So for those of you who don't know, Francis Ampofo was the British flyweight champion. And when I used to hang around in the gym in Romford, when my dad was promoting, he was like my favourite fighter. And that goes into the other question about football teams, because I was a Spurs season ticket holder, and Francis Ampofo used to take me to the games after training, and we'd go there. Health Minister now got coronavirus, is that true? Where's your jumper from, Eduardo? Bruno Kachelny. Boris Johnson impression. I can't even attempt it. I like the Trump one. He goes, he's from China. China. Why'd you call it a Chinese virus? Because he's from China. It's Chinese. Is AJ as much of a gent? I promise you, he's the biggest gent you'll meet. Eddie, how many amateur white collar fights did you have? And what was your record? I had 3 at Billericay Boxing Club. Dillian White, what's happening? Usyk is going to get a wake-up call from Del Boy. I think it's a real... Mate, I've had a trim. This is like a day's growth for me. Felix Cash, what's happening? Do you know one thing I do think that will happen in boxing? I think that this is going to cause a lot of bigger fights to happen quicker because people are going to be inactive time they fight again. And I think people are going to be wanting to jockey for position and jump into big fights quicker. That's one of my opinions. What's David Hay like? Great guy, smart guy, good promoter, good self-promoter, and was a great fighter. Dillian is the man. Don't tell him that. Dillian, wish I could grow that much facial hair in a year. Yeah, you're a bit wispy, mate, aren't you? But don't worry, mate. This is real man stuff. Fight Night Champion news, please. Got a few things in the fire on the Fight Night Champion. What's Carl Froch like? Carl Froch. If I could describe Carl Froch, just be the ultimate competitor. The ultimate competitor. He would fight you for 5p on the floor if it meant winning. That is why he was such a great fighter. Jim McDonnell impression on the line as well. You have to remember, Jimmy Mack Sr. was also like one of my biggest heroes. But I do his impression good when he talks about James DeGale. He's a great fighter. He's a 15-round fighter. I went over took him over the he was doing. Guess how fast he was doing the 400 metres. I know Jim, like 50 seconds. No, I'm silly. Mate, he's a 15-round fighter. He'll fight all night.